Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, THLers. Hello. My name is Abby Tyler. I'm your host. I'm a practicing family nurse practitioner and a community volunteer. Hope you are all well today. Welcome to Abby Tyler's Healthy Living Tuesday show. Today is also May 3rd, and this is the first. So I'm going to do the official birthday thing. Happy birthday to all of you celebrating your birthday in the month of May. I did do a Sunday show. It just gave me like popped in. Was it Sunday show? Yeah. So, well, happy birthday, formally happy birthday to everybody celebrating their birthday in the month of May. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. So, y'all are well. I am going to the topic today we're going to be talking about is 10 daily habits that could be undermining your healthy journey. And everybody's trying to eat healthy, everybody's working out and trying to release the stress and doing everything to stay healthy. But the 10 things that we do every day, it could be more. This article could be more that we do every day that we not may not be aware of that may be hampering our journey. So before I do that, because there's a delay, let me just give me 2 seconds. Let me just make sure this is on my other channel there. So I'll be doing that. And 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to share that. I didn't do that last week. So, and okay. Alrighty. Okay. So of course, again, my disclaimer whatever I say here and discuss, make sure you talk to your family physician provider before making any changes to your regimen. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. A lot of people will be graduating this month also. So, happy graduation. And first, I wanted to say May is also Stroke Awareness Month, but I didn't want to come in. My first show would be on stroke awareness. So, I'll be doing that later on, maybe next week or the week after, because I also the end of this week or starting next week is Mother's Day, so I didn't want to start off anything too heavy. But let's start with the 10 daily habits that you may not be aware of that may be affecting your life. Okay, so I'm going on here and I'm going to put on my glasses. Okay, alrighty. Okay, so we all know that smoking is wrong for us, eating too much processed food is also can be hampering to your lifestyle. But most of the habits that some of the habits, like I said, that we don't recognize that if they're not addressed or broken can affect your relationships, controlling your relationship, your physical health, and psychological wellness. So see any of these habits I'm gonna list, and if you're, if anything that you're practicing that you may not be aware of, make sure you try to work on that. So let me just change my screen here while I'm doing this. Okay, so I'm going there. Alrighty, so and then I'm going to my intended group. Okay, so let's start. Okay, I'm trying to not to make this more than hopefully 20 minutes. Okay, first one is rehashing stressful events. Alrighty, so most times when you sit there and you're talking about you saying things and you start thinking about things that are stressful to you, even though it's like, okay, something happened to me, and you think about it, you keep thinking about it, and you're not thinking about it in a way where you're thinking about it in a way how you're going to solve it or make it stop bothering you, but you, because you're still in the moment of it, so you're still thinking about it over and over, and that can have really, especially when it comes to like stress and the stress level and everything that has to do with inflammatory process, like how it affects your heart, how it affects your circulation, how it affects your mind and all. So those are the kind of things where if you one of those people who always think about things that happen to you over and over and over again, you have to work on try to minimize that, or just say, I'm gonna have to deal with it so I can think about it as fresh. You can be mad, but don't stay in that moment. Okay, so when you do think about it, think about the fact that you're trying to see how you can remedy the situation. Alrighty. I'm not gonna do okay. So venting to your friends. Okay. Of course, when you have any kind of stressful event, you're talking to your friends, and it's good to talk it out. People say it's good to talk things out and get it off your chest. But sometimes when you're talking to your friend and you bring it again, goes back to the same thing. You bring it up. Can you believe she said this to me? Can you believe he said that to me? And you're still like living in the moment. that it kind of affects your growth and all. So you want to make sure, okay, yes, she said this to me, and say that maybe to one or two people, because the more you say it to more people, the more you're going to relive it over and over and over and over again. Especially sometimes when you're on Facebook too and something happens and you commenting back and responding to everything somebody else is working. So you're still in a moment. So try as much as possible to kind of not do that. Okay, using self-criticism. Okay, so what do you call yourself stupid every time, or when you make a mistake, or you're very harsh and stuff on yourself? That can also lead to a lot of depression. I remember I had a friend who every day she'd walk around, oh my God, I'm so fat. Oh my God, I'm so this. Oh my God. And that's, I just, one day I just said, oh yeah, you're fat. And she's like, why would you say that to me? That's so mean. I said, well, you say that to yourself every time. So why, if you're saying that to yourself, listen to yourself. You're saying that all the time to yourself. You're bringing yourself down. You're doing that to yourself. You're so harsh on yourself. And me, like I said last time, I'm almost also my worst critic. So certain things where other people might say, oh, that's great. That's great. That was fine. I'd be like, oh my goodness, I could have done something better. I could have, you think so? You think so? So the more you sit there and you're doubting yourself and you're your biggest critic and you talk down to yourself, especially your physical features, oh, I wish I was like that, I wish I was this, and that's number two, sorry. And so that can have that really bad effect on your self-esteem and the way you see people, the way people see you, because eventually when you start believing those things, you're going to start acting that way. So try, be easy on yourself, show yourself some grace. Okay, the same thing you wouldn't want somebody saying to you, your inner dialogue, so you're going to be saying that to yourself. All right, and so don't beat it yourself over so many different things. By the way, I got this article from Very Well, so I have to thank them for that. And we'll go over here. Yeah, and I did mine. That was the self criticism. I did that. Sorry if I'm going over. So number 4, mindlessly scrolling through social media. Oh, that's the one where we all are guilty of. Because some days I just sit there and be like, especially when I'm not busy, or if I just want to take a break or something like that, and I say, okay, let me just do something mindlessly. Because usually I used to, before, when I was on social media, and even then, I would, when I was in school, I would kind of, when I was off social media for like 3 or 4 months at a time, I'll sit there and I just watch mindless TV to kind of take my stress off. But when you're on social media, it can have a like a negative effect on you if you're just mindlessly scrolling. Because people sit there and do the Pinterest and all. But ironically, studies found that um, a platform that's meant to bring people together leads to feelings of isolation. The more time people spend on social media sites, the more isolated they perceive themselves to be. And social isolation is harmful for your mental and physical well-being. Okay, so whether it's a vacation photo or a picture of a new car, looking at other people's social media posts may also cause you to conclude that your life doesn't measure up to your friends' lives. And research shows envying your friends on social media can increase your risk of depression. So instead of spending hundreds of hours on there, you're better off investing your time and energy into in person interactions. Have lunch with a friend, call someone on the phone, or schedule dinner with your extended family. Real life social interactions can greatly improve your well being. So when you're there and you're just there, sometimes you there going, oh my God, this person had a big party last time. Oh my God, this person's always going to this thing. They must be having the best life, and I'm not having the kind of life that they're having. And oh my goodness. So when you just sitting there and you're perceiving that, you don't know that's not reality for them. If this person may have just been going to a party that time. And like I said, again, everybody only shows the best part of their lives on Facebook. So you may be thinking this person has so many friends, and some people do have a lot of friends. Some people do go out to parties every time, every now and then, but don't compare your life to them. Be happy in yourself. Go out, find people who you can go out with. And it doesn't have to be something necessarily like going to a party or anywhere. Like some people, sometimes I just, want to sit, like I said, I sit at the waterfront with a friend, go to the park or do something else and just quiet. And then sometimes if I'm invited to a party, I go and have to the party. I have a good time. I post it, but it's not something where like, oh my God, my life is so exciting. Even if it is exciting, don't compare yourself to other people, because that just will lead to more depression. Or if you're already depressed, that would just lead you to more depression and feeling more isolated. So don't let that get you down. And look at it, if you find yourself just scrolling when you looking over and you find yourself doing that, catch yourself in a moment and say, you know what? And also on my phone, I have my thing where they kind of monitor. So by the end of the week, it can tell me how long I was on certain and websites and all that. So I know I'm on my phone a lot because of work and all. But the fact that everything else, so you want to make sure, just get yourself out there. Don't stress it. Okay. Number 5 is staying up late. That's me. I've always been a night owl. I mean, as I've gotten older, I can be at a party and partying late at night, but once I'm home, I would stay up. And most times, if I'm not working, like the days that I'm off, I'm up to like 1 o'clock in the morning, 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning. I may be watching a movie, or just the fact that I'm a night person, so I can stay up. So, but because of that, when you're staying up, especially when you're staying up that late before you're supposed to be going to work, or having some activity that mandatory that you have to do, that can leave you to making poor health choices, because chances are you're probably going to be drinking soda to stay awake. You're going to be drinking coffee, over more coffee to stay awake, and you're not doing things that are not healthy because you didn't get enough sleep. Regular adults supposed to get no less than like 8 hours of sleep per night. So you don't want to be, when you were younger, you could party up until like 3 o'clock in the morning, come home, sleep for 1 hour, get ready and go to work. As you're getting older, your body needs to rest and relax and recuperate. Let your cells recuperate to get ready for the next day. So all those things, it may not seem like it's a big thing as you're growing up through life and all, but over time this can have an effect on you, because if you're not sleeping enough, you're not getting enough sleep, your heart is working overtime, your kidneys working overtime, your lungs are working overtime, your liver's working overtime. So eventually that can take a toll on your body. So you don't want to do that. And whatever affects your health affects your family and everything, your livelihood. Whenever I say livelihood, I mean your ability to be able to make money so you can live. Unless if you're independently wealthy and you don't need to make any more money, that's good. But still, you have to take care of your health. Okay, spending money. Let me go in here. So, like going to spree. Sometimes when you feel like a little depressed or feeling a little down, you just want to go out and spend money and buy things aimlessly. I'm a shopaholic, but I'm a shopaholic because I'm frugal. So other people can go places and buy something really expensive. I can go somewhere and buy a lot of things for a very cheap price. So sometimes I like going shopping, and it's not because I want to just spend money and endlessly or whatever. It makes me happy when I go shopping. It makes me happy, even if I'm buying stuff. Especially now that I work in the office and I have to wear regular clothes, I have to buy clothes anyways. And then when the weather started getting different, you have to wear different clothes. Before I had my uniform, so I went shopping, but it wasn't as much because I didn't have to go shopping that much. So, but now, you're going out there, you're spending too much money. You go to Burlington's, you go to Ross, or you go to those places. Sometimes you go in there, you say, "Oh, I'm just going to come here for two shirts or two pairs," and then next thing you know, you've gone and bought like five or six stuff. But like I said, if you're going to spend, make be frugal and be purposeful when you're going out, and know and realize the most important thing is realizing that you're doing this to you placing some happiness, or to trying to sit there insert happiness somewhere else. So whatever it is that you're going through, deal with it. So you're not saying and just putting a band-aid on the situation by going out and shopping aimlessly and spending money that you may not have. Okay, so do that. And let me just see here. So to control your finances, create a budget, especially when you go in there, create a budget. Don't go to the store where it's like, okay, I got my card. It's thing was like when you go into the casino and people take all this money. My friend said what she used to do, she used to take like a whole sheet, get there, have maybe $50 and change it in, and have all her quarters in a bucket. And then when she spend and do all her gambling, when that money was over, that was it. That was it. So it wasn't just, oh, let me go make some more, get some more money, make it get some more money. When that money was over, that was it. So as long as you're going out there and making sure you're not spending aimlessly and causing any problems to your family's finances, and once again, deal with what it is that you're going through, so you're not making those mistakes. Okay. You see there. Number 7 is watching TV. Okay. Well, most people know that becoming a couch potato is bad for your body. Research shows watching too much TV is bad for your brain as well, because you're sitting there and you're taking all this in. You're taking all this. The same thing with social media too. Sometimes you sit there and you're watching people arguing, especially now all these live videos. I mean, you can sit there for like an hour, hours, and just watching somebody cuss out another person or saying things and all, and that is not making you productive. Of course, it's kind of entertaining, because sometimes you just need to get on there and not think about all the things that are going on in the world, or things that are going on in your life, and you just want to sit there and just listen to people not cuss each other out, but you just sit there and it's like watching a car crash. You're like, wow, I can't believe this person's on here and saying all these things. But sometimes it's just good just to be entertained. I don't think they should be doing that, but that's them. So But also while watching TV, when you're watching TV too much, especially when you're home, you're not moving around. So if you're going to be watching TV, especially the days that you're off, you're watching TV, get up more often, move around. If you live in a two-story house, get up and just walk up the stairs, even if you don't have to. Do some stretches, walk around completely. If the weather's nice, walk around the yard and do things so you're not sitting down. So like every hour or so, get up and do something, because the more you're sitting down, the more you sit in front of TV to watch TV, the more than likely that you're gonna have chips next to you, or food like heavy rice, or eating something. You're not gonna be sitting there eating vegetables, fruits and vegetables. Most people don't sit there eat fruits and vegetables when they're watching TV all day. So not like me. Some days where it's like my pajamas day, I wake up in the morning, freshen up a little bit, but I stay in my pajamas and then I just watch TV or do things on the computer, because I'm usually doing patient work when I'm home and when I'm not doing other things. But I always remain cognizant of the fact that I need to get up, that I need to walk around, and I also got to make sure that I'm not doing things that's going to be adding more to my weight, not make me unhealthy. Okay, not saying that if you're heavy you're unhealthy. I'm just knowing for the fact that, because if you're heavier, your heart has to work a little bit more for circulation and everything. All right. So next one is eating when you're not hungry. Now, again, we all like to have our little snacks here and there, and sometimes you just feel like chewing stuff. It's like I'm at work now. Some days when I'm in between patients and I just feel like eating stuff. I used to take my potato chips, my plantain chips, and it was so good. But then I realized, oof, regardless of how low the calorie count is, it's still you're still eating it every day, and that's not healthy. And so you want to reach for something healthy. I saw this juicing thing on one of my friends' thing, and I also said I was going to start my juicing thing. I haven't started it yet. I need to do it. So there are many reasons for eating snacks, and also make sure you're not doing that. Consuming extra calories can make you overweight, and excess weight increases the risk of heart disease. You know that your type 2 diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, strokes, osteoarthritis, because the heavier you are, all that extra weight on your joints, that can cause problem. Sleep apnea, because when you're heavy and you're breathing and all your heart's breathing, your lungs and your heart working harder, it makes it harder for you to breathe, and you're snoring at night and pausing while you're sleeping, and that can also have an effect on your heart, because your heart is slowing down. Like if you're in a hospital and we have you on a heart monitor, sometimes patients are sleeping and we have to wake them up, because we're looking at the monitor and it's going like that instead of going in the nice little lines that you see. So we have to wake you up. And most of the time when you have sleep apnea, then we have to have you see the lung doctor so you can have a sleep study, so to make sure you get the device that you need to help you pretty much live. Okay. Certain kind of cancers and kidney disease. Again, when you're eating, eat when you're hungry, and when you're eating and you're done eating and you're full, put the food aside. So I know, people used to say, well, eat everything for your plate. There are a lot of people who suffer in the world, and you got this food you're supposed to eat. Yes, that's important to do that. But so then what you need to do is to make sure you just take out some food, enough that you can eat, and kind of move on from there, and then get some more if you have to. Okay, so don't take a big bowl of food and you're not going to eat all of it, or you may think in your mind's going to see all that food and want to eat, because you don't want to waste food. So don't do that. Your body is not the garbage can. You don't have to eat if you don't want to. So take a little bit, and if you're still hungry, go back and get some more. Make sure you're drinking enough fluid and all that, keeping yourself active, so you're not just eating and just piling it on. Right. And let me see. You're going for a walk, going for a leisure activity, all these different things that's supposed to help you keep you healthy. All right. So I'm just going to move on here, and going on to number 9. Number 9 is sitting too much. Sitting is a new cigarette. Sitting is a new smoking, because when you're sitting there and you're not moving around, that all goes into like watching TV too much, and not eating when you're not hungry. When you're just sitting there, you're not moving around as much. The blood is pooling in the bottom of your feet, especially if you're diabetic, and your circulation. If you have heart issues, your heart is not perfusing the blood enough to go all through the body, come back to the heart, and move back to the lungs and all. So you develop blood clots from there, because your blood is just pooling there. You're sitting there, again, you're probably eating. So everything that you're doing when you're sitting too long, and the more you sit down too, especially for people who work in offices and on computers, you're hunched over just like that, looking at a computer, or even if you're sitting up. So make sure you have like those ergonomic chairs that your body is like leaning against that. Get up when you're at work. They have all these different devices, the new decks, where you can stand up and move it up and stand it up completely, where you're moving around, because when you're just sitting there and you're not doing that much, you're causing yourself a lot of harm. Okay, so let me see, increase your risk of again type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular and risk of depression because you're just sitting there and you feel, especially places where you work in a small office or even a big office and doing that, and you're just there and looking at the computer, and you see a lot of people who also people who do nails and all, like their back and their upper back and lifting and all, so that can cause problem later on because that's when they start having problems with the numbness coming down their arm and their hands and all that could cause a problem. So a lot of you people who do a lot of things on the computer, I'm very cognizant of that too because I do a lot of computer work, so I need to get up and move around and move my hands around, do my hands like this, so at least that way. And also you want to stay healthy, so by exercising that can take some stress off your back as well, but you want to make sure that you're getting up at least every hour, even if you don't have to, even if it means 30 minutes. And those people who do a lot of driving, I drive almost like an hour to work and hour back every day, so I make sure when I'm in the car I'm moving my feet around, I'm moving both of them around, doing a circular. Like my friend who told me that if you have plantar fasciitis, you can basically do your feet. And by the way, if you have that, if you're in bed, make sure you do like the ABC, spell the word ABC with your feet, do that several times. And also, and I do that when I'm home too. So that way, at least I know that, my legs are not getting numb and my ligaments are not tightened up because I'm sitting in the car for too long. So as soon as I get to work, sometimes I get up, I stand up, I stretch up and everything, and I move around. I try to move around, regardless if we have a heavy day or a shorter day, I try to get around. And compression stockings for those people who live far away. Even when we're nurses, do we have like the nurses stockings? Because the longer you're standing on your feet, there's circulation and all the blood pooling in your legs, and that can affect you over time. So if you can get compression stockings, they have some really nice ones. It's not like the real tight ones where it's like take forever to put on. So they have very different kinds, and you can get that on Amazon and put that on and keep your circulation nice and healthy. Okay. And the last one, last but not least, try not to run through this thing. Ignoring your skin health. Okay, so when you're going out, when the weather's starting to get nice now, but it's even in nice weather, make sure you're putting your sun screen on, and you can apply as much as possible. Don't just put it on in the morning and then just say, especially when you're going to the shore or somewhere where you're going to be in the sun. And let me say this to black people, to black people, to black people, to black people. Black people can get skin cancer. Okay, regardless of how light you are or how dark you are, you can get skin cancer. So it's very important that you are covering yourself with protecting, skin protecting. And also, like I tell men, people, at least once a week, when you're taking a shower or you're looking, you're standing there, you're naked, just look at your body from front to back, from top to bottom, all the way. Just look and make look, see that any molds that you don't recognize last time, little dots and all that. Anything you haven't recognized last time, keep an eye on it. Is it growing? Does it look like nice and circular? Or even if it's long, does it look like it's getting longer? The borders are a little even. Is the color, are the colors different than you saw the last time? Look at your feet. Even if you're not diabetic, hold the mirror, look under your feet, look at completely, making sure. Turn your back around, look completely in your back, or you're completely naked. If you need somebody to help you do that, or you can have like a long mirror and just do that. Do that more often. Keep an eye on any kind of changes that you see to your body. Don't get too panicky about it. Just keep an eye on it. But if there's anything that you see that's like completely dark that wasn't there the last time, and if like for people who are lighter skin or white people, it's going to be probably, it could be dark too, or it could be like deep pink. So keep an eye on it. And purple, bring it to your doctor's attention, because when you do go to your doctor's office and we doing physical and all that, we're not looking. No, I tell you, I'll look at the body. I'm not. We don't take your clothes off anymore. We look at the part that, and I say, is there any of the parts of your body that I don't see right now? Is there any? Are you concerned of any moles of anything on your body? And then sometimes it might say, oh, there's something there. Can you take a look at it so I can see? So you remember now, especially in wintertime, we barely see anything. So I tell them that, and then I might take a look at it. Okay, if I see something, I want to look at the whole body, especially I'm looking at different type of skin. I may want to look at the whole body and just say, I'll go out, you put your gown on, I'll come back in. So usually when we write our notes, we say invisible skin. So the skin that we see, there's nothing in there, but then we ask you also. And then we say patient stated there's no moles on the body. So it's important that you do look at your body at least once a week, fully unclothed, front to bottom, from top to bottom, and keep an eye on it, and keep an eye on any kind of different changes in your skin. Okay. So let me get back here. So that was number 10. So I'm going to go back here. Okay, so basically, so in condition, habits are hard to break. Okay, especially if you're older and you're setting your ways. I'm going to say that over and over. If you're setting your ways and it's habits that you enjoy, it's like like sometimes when people say, "I'm like, oh my goodness, like give me, let me just watch this show." And I don't need to hear you saying that I shouldn't go shopping because I love to go shopping. It makes me feel good. It releases my serotonin. It makes me feel good. Okay, I love shopping. I'm not spending money aimlessly, and I love doing this, and I love doing these things and all, but everything in moderation. And it's something that we do without even knowing about it. But eventually, like I said, if you don't manage it, if you don't break those habits and you don't manage them well, they can take a toll in your relationship. Because if you're doing things that your husband doesn't like, or your wife doesn't like, or your children don't like, or just a significant other, and that is bothering them, ask them, say this could have a toll on you. You're spending too much money. That's money that we don't have, that you're putting on something that you don't necessarily need. You're spending time on social media, and that means it's keeping you away from other things that you should be doing. So it's hard to break, but try as much as possible and realize them. Say recognize that, okay, maybe I'm doing this a little bit too much, and then you can work on it. Okay, don't beat yourself up for it. All right. And so make sure that you help that, and to help your family as well, help yourself as well. And eventually, you can be like, yeah, I used to spend it, because I did used to do that. Like I'll be on Facebook, and sometimes I see a post right now and I'd be like, oh my God, that's just, let me answer that. And I'll literally write my whole comment. I'd be like, no, 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 because then I have to go back and forth and defend my comment. And so like, no, so I just watch, or now go on certain posts, but I try to stay away from that, and I just kind of relax myself. And certain things I know that I don't want to, if I don't have the money to spend it, like I said, I'm frugal. So watch what you're doing, recognize that certain things are bad habits, and work on them. Okay. So I will be back Friday for Friday chat with Abby. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, hit the like button, give some kind of reaction. Please comment, leave your comments or questions below. For those of you my YouTube people, please also comment below. And follow me on, I'm also on Twitter, and so fit Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So I hope you like this. Like I said, give me a thumbs up, and thank you all for watching. Stay safe. It's May. Have a good time with your family members and friends. Stay safe. Okay. Take care, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Thanks for watching again. I didn't see any comments, so I'm just going to look, and I didn't see any comments. Let me go here. No. Okay. So good night, and God bless. And again, thanks for watching. Okay.